All right, our first storyteller is Rose Snyder. She is a 66-year-old kid. Enough said. She savors laughing and spending time with her family. She has an affinity for swimming and walking. For 33 years, Rose has been married to her best friend, Charlie. They have 3 great grown children, Carly, Gina, and Sam. Professionally, Rose is the director at the Center for Healthy Nonprofits at the Community Foundation for Southern Arizona, and she has her own successful consulting and coaching practice. Oh yeah, and Rose is a die-hard Denver Nuggets fan. Oh, she's got some, oh, well, you're related to her, that doesn't count, sure. Everybody, please welcome to the stage, Rose Snyder.
Well, maybe I ought to just start off with the Denver Nuggets. We won last night. Let's hear it. All right. No, seriously, before I really get started, I'm going to talk about my secondhand dog, and his name is Yoki. And the important thing is, Yoki is named after Nikola Jokic, our favorite Denver Nuggets basketball player. So let me pull my notes over here. And I really wanted to do this tonight, really, because of dedication to Jeannie and her organization. So through the Center for Healthy Nonprofits, we've done a lot of work with Jeannie over the years. And 2 years ago, I had to put my Rocky, my miniature schnauzer down, our miniature schnauzer. And it was one of the hardest things I think I've ever done. And I remember talking to Jeannie at an event because Sophie, one of her dogs that would come to every event with her, would be kind of my therapy for that particular time. And I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get another dog. I'll never quite feel the same way as I did with Rocky. I don't know. And she goes, when the time is right, you're going to know it. And you know what, Jeannie, you were right. About a year ago, Charlie and I decided it was time to start looking for a dog. And of course, there were so many dogs that needed homes that were at PAC and needed to be rescued. And you'd hear the stories about how many dogs needed homes. And we thought, we have to get a rescue. So we started looking at PAC. We went on the websites. We joined a Schnauzer rescue in Chandler, just waiting for the right dog to come our way. And the one thing I knew was, we wanted a dog that was a couple years old, potty trained, small, because small poops was important. All right, so we had this dog in our mind, and we definitely wanted a small dog. And every time we'd go to PAC and look at the small dogs, they had a reserved sign on it. And I go, what does that mean? Somebody already reserved this dog? And that was the case. So all the dogs were 40 to 60 pounds, and I was going, big poops. Don't want big poops. We got a small yard. We need a small dog. And lo and behold, Gina, my daughter, had adopted 2 cats and was on this Facebook page that wasn't really public. It wasn't like PAC or one of the websites. And she showed me this picture of this dog, and it had the cutest, most adorable face, skinny, tiny little thing, but he had a schnauzer face. And I said, I need to meet that dog. I just got to meet that dog. So she gets me in touch with the person that is fostering the dog at that particular time. And she says, well, we don't really let you meet the dog. You have to foster the dog for a week. And I'm going, oh, okay, he's cute. We can take it for a week, right? So she comes over to the house, and she comes up, and she has him in a critter crate. And she has like a 40-pound bag of food, all these pee pads, and I'm going, this is a week, it's not forever. And she goes, I'm so sorry, he got car sick on the way over, and he had just puked in this critter crate, and she comes out of the thing, and he just starts licking me all over. And you know what? I didn't even care. This dog was so cute and loving on me, it was unbelievable. And so, you know, we got him in the house, and we laid pee pads out all over the house. Turns out he liked the carpet much better than the pee pads. So we thought, okay, we have a 7-week-old puppy, not potty trained, small poops. Small poops was a good thing, but we didn't want the small poops in the house. So after about day 2 of this dog that would chew anything that got close to his mouth, including us, and Charlie and I had this lifestyle where we could go out for coffee on the weekends and do what we wanted to do, and now we couldn't leave this little dog alone. And all of a sudden we said at day 2, we got to give this dog back to the foster mom because our lifestyle isn't suited for this. And then about day 4, I'm holding this cute little dog in my arms, and Rocky used to let me hold him like a baby, and I'm holding this little dog, and Charlie looks at me and he goes, "We're not giving this dog back, are we?" And I said, "No." So that's when we named him Yoki, and we talked to Kim Kelly at Paws Without Borders is really why we have Yoki. And I really is Kim here? I invited Kim. Hi, Kim. Thank you for being here. And you came to the house that day when we decided to foster to adopt and told us the story about Yoki. And the reason why people can't believe, my neighbors are here too, people can't believe when we walk this dog that he was a rescue. He's just too perfect and too beautiful. So people would say, that dog's not a rescue when we'd be walking around the neighborhood. There's no way that dog's a rescue. And I said, he really was. Well, here's the story. In Nogales, he was bought at a pet store. And he is a handful. And the people that bought him just could not handle it, I assume, and just neglected him and left him outside. So he weighed 7 pounds at almost 3 months old, full of ticks and fleas, eating rocks to survive. And I remember Kim telling me this story, and I couldn't believe it. I was just almost in tears. And she goes, "This is a lucky dog because of you guys." And that family, God bless them, came into the shelter, and Kim just went like this. "You said, don't say another word. Hand the dog over to me, and I will not call the authorities." And it was like, oh my gosh. So this dog, he really has no ill effects from all of that trauma that he went through, even though he was just a tiny little puppy. But to come full circle now, I used to do the Rocky lap around my neighborhood. My neighbors are here that see us walking, and his girlfriend is here, the parents. Will you guys stand up? Bella's, yes, stand up right here. This is Yoki's parents. Bella is his favorite. Bella is his favorite, and that's Bella's parents. So thank you guys for being here. So now we do the Yoki lap, where we used to walk with Rocky. And I just have to say thank you to Jeannie Joseph. I'm hoping that Yoki will be a therapy dog in the schools one day. Thank you to Jeremy Brown of the Canine Connection. And he helped come over and train Yoki. And also, I invited him tonight. He happens to be in Italy. Darn it. But I tell you, just a soft spot in my heart for anybody who's ever fostered a dog. And Kim was amazing. Helped us get the shots, helped him get fixed, and everything that they supported us through that entire process. So if you haven't fostered a dog and you're thinking about it, do it. If you have a dog that you think, Jeannie said, does he have good eye contact? I said, yeah, he has good eye contact, and he actually watches TV. We put these puppy cartoons on, and he watches television. So long story short, we got our secondhand dog, and we couldn't be more grateful. So thank you for listening to the story about Yoki and for being here tonight. You're going to hear some wonderful stories. So thank you, Mel and Fist, and I'm done.